Hi, this is Jason with portforward.com. In this video, I'm going to show you what happens the very first time you run PFConfig. So let's double-click PFConfig here, and you get this message. This message is telling you that when you run PFConfig, it's going to talk on your network. And if Windows pops up any messages that says something about your firewall or allowing an exception, you need to be sure to allow PFConfig to talk on your network. So be sure to create an exception in your firewall if prompted. Go ahead and click OK. And now PFConfig is asking for your username and registration number. You should have gotten those in an email when you purchased PFConfig. So for this tutorial, I'll type in Jason and tutorial. So we'll go ahead and click OK. Before we can configure your router, we need to know what router you have. So let's go pick it. PFConfig ships with a huge list of supported routers, and maybe your router is not in this list. The first thing you should do is click Update List. That will connect to the portforward.com servers and get an updated list of routers. If your router is still not in this list, go ahead and pick Not Listed and Not Listed. If your router is in this list, let's say you have maybe a Linksys, and how about a WAG54G2, go ahead and pick the router model that you have from this list and make as good of a guess as you can get at the firmware. Not everybody knows the firmware version of their router. If you can't figure it out, our guys in the support system will help. After you've selected your router from this list, go ahead and click Next. Now this screen is asking for your router username and password. This is different than your PFConfig username and password. You really need to know what these are in order to log into your router. If you don't know, a lot of times it's still set to the default values. We have a huge list of default router usernames and passwords at portforward.com. So you can go ahead and go to the website, look up your default username and password, and try them here if you don't know what they are. This router, it's admin, admin. So I'll just type those in, click Finish. And now I'm ready to use PFConfig. If you've downloaded and installed PFConfig, you must have some application in mind that you want to forward. So this is the list of applications that we support. And just like you can update the list of routers that we support, you can click on Tools, Update Application List from Web, and that'll go connect to the web server, download the latest list of applications that we know about. Each application has a list of ports over here that it forwards. You don't need to pay attention to this unless you're an advanced user. You just need to pick the application from the list here, and then click Forward this app. This window is asking you where you want to forward it. Almost everybody is going to forward it to this computer, so go ahead and leave that setting default, and then click Finish. You've now created an entry in PFConfig, but not in your router yet. So the last thing you need to do is click the Update Router button. PFConfig will go out, it'll connect to your router, and I'm just going to cancel this because I don't want to accidentally update my router, and it will put those entries into your router for you. That's it. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to watch more videos at portforward.com if you have any more questions. Thanks for watching.